Okay, let me tell you this. More views is not going to get you more sales if your shop is confusing. Beginners often think that the problem is traffic when the real problem is the shop being clear enough to buy from yet. And what actually happens is that more views can expose that issue faster, but it won't magically fix your listings. It won't fix your unclear photos, your vague titles, confusing pricing, or the fact that people just don't trust your shop yet. Before worrying about ads, Pinterest, Instagram, the algorithm, whatever, check whether your shop actually makes sense to a complete stranger. The simple question here is, would a stranger understand this? Okay, so look at your shop as if you've never seen your products before, or get a friend to have a look at your listing. A buyer should be able to quickly understand what you sell, who it's for, why it is useful, and why it makes it worth buying. If they have to work too hard to figure it out, they'll usually just leave. So here is the 10-second stranger test. You need to immediately answer, what is it? Who is it for? Why should I buy it? And can I trust this shop? Every listing needs to answer these 4 questions quickly. This test helps to spot confusion before you start chasing more traffic and more views. Now, here are some things to check before chasing more traffic as an Etsy newbie. Number 1 is product clarity. So make sure each product is instantly understandable from the main photo, title, and first few lines of the description. Buyers should know what they are getting, size, material, personalization options, and what it is used for. If your product needs far too much explaining, you need to simplify the listing and make the use case clearer. So is it obvious what the product actually is? Is the product for gifting, home decor, weddings, pets, babies, teachers, birthdays, or another clear purpose? And are key details visible before the buyer has to scroll or click around? Check number 2, photos that answer buyer questions. Listen, photos are not just there to look pretty, they should remove doubt. So show the product clearly, in use, close up, for scale, and with any important objections answered. What beginners do is they often upload nice photos, but they actually miss the practical shots buyers need before they feel confident enough to buy. So here's what to check. Can the buyer see size, color, texture, finish, packaging, and personalization options clearly? Does the first thumbnail make sense in Etsy search results? Are there photos to show the product being used or gifted, not just sitting there? Check number 3, titles that help buyers understand and to find your product. Etsy titles need to help with search. They need to help your listing be found, but they also need to make sense to humans as well, especially that first third. So I want you to avoid titles that are either too stuffed or too vague, or just look like they have just a lot of keyword jargon without much going on. A good title says what the product is, who it is for or what it is for, and includes searchable phrases buyers may actually type in the search bar. Here's what to check. Does the title include the main product keyword near the front? That is vital not only for SEO, but also for people reading it as well. Would the buyer understand the item without needing to decode it? Are you using phrases such as personalized teacher gift, ceramic trinket dish, or handmade dog bandana? Things like that, long tail keywords where relevant. Check number 4, delivery and pricing clarity. Buyers hesitate when a total cost feels unclear or surprising, okay? Pricing is not about being cheap, okay? That's one thing that I really want to mention. It's about the buyer understanding the value, okay? So delivery times, postage costs, processing times, and returns, all of that needs to feel clear enough so that the buyer doesn't potentially panic and you miss a sale. So here's what to check. Are your prices believable for quality, time, materials, and finish? Are the delivery times realistic and easy to understand? Are there surprise costs or unclear options that could make buyers hesitate at checkout? Check number 5, for those new Etsy shop owners who are wanting to chase more traffic. Before you do that, do this. Are your descriptions answering the questions that buyers will not ask you directly? Buyers will often leave instead of messaging you to ask if a listing feels unclear, right? Your description should answer those obvious questions: size, material, what's included, how to personalize it, care, who it suits, all those kinds of things. And it's up to you as a business owner to understand your target market enough to know what kind of questions they are going to have. Basically, the descriptions should support the photos, not repeat vague phrases over and over again. So here's what to check. Does the first part of the description clearly explain the product? Have you answered common questions before the buyer has to ask? Is the description formatted in a way that's easy for people to skim? So if you are an Etsy beginner, before you start chasing more traffic, you need to check your shop sections and overall feel. I feel like that was a tongue twister. A shop can have pretty decent photos, but still feel extremely messy if the sections, branding, and listings are not working together. Your shop sections and categories, they should help buyers browse without feeling lost. The overall shop should really feel like a proper place to buy from, not a pile of unrelated experiments. So here's what to check. Are your shop sections named clearly around buyers' needs or product types? I don't want fancy names or this or that. Just make it super easy for people to understand what products are in each bit. Do your products look like they belong in the same shop? Does your banner, icon, announcement, policies, and the about section support trust without overcomplicating things? As you can imagine, you do not want to rush to promote a shop that still feels confusing, okay? Fix the listings with the best potential first if you are feeling overwhelmed, rather than trying to overhaul everything at once. Because more views are only useful when your shop is ready to turn the right buyers into sales. And speaking of sales, that is why I have my freebie here, 72 pages worth, literally does what it says on the tin. It's titled Why Your Etsy Listings Aren't Selling Yet and What to Do About It. Now, it's not just 72 pages worth of stuff and gunk, okay? There are drawings, there are screenshots. It's a very visual guide. So if you are worried about the 72 pages, please do not. It is worth it considering it is free. I'm going to pop the link below, depending on where you are watching this, consuming this, listening to this. And the next thing that I want you to do is to go and find the video titled How to Get Your First Etsy Sales Without Posting Everywhere. I will pop a screenshot of the thumbnail up on screen as well if you're watching the video version of this. This one connects naturally here because the shop foundations are clearer. You can then start to think about simple traffic without being everywhere at once. So if you want more traffic after watching this and improving things, go and watch that video next.